Hello everyone, I'm Adam Kraft. Welcome to Tommy Media's The Locker Room. The St. Thomas baseball team returns home to take on Gustavus Saturday in a doubleheader after the team split 8 away games. Veteran pitcher Eric Veglahn has dominated batters with an ERA of 1.30 to go with 61 strikeouts. Senior infielder Brady Johnson leads the Tommies at the plate with 29 RBIs this season. I'm joined today by Coach Chris Olean, pitcher Eric Veglahn, and shortstop Brady Johnson. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thanks for having us.
So, Coach, how crucial are these last 4 games in the team's postseason hopes?
Last 2 games are actually pretty big against Gustavus. Obviously, yesterday we swept Hamlin, so that was big for us. And then the last 2 against St. Scholastica are non-conference, but pretty big for just in-season in-region seeding. So, yeah, I mean, for us, we got to win 2 to win the conference. That's what we're going after on Saturday.
Okay. And then, Eric, you're leading the MIAC with 61 strikeouts. What is your thought process when battling an opponent at the plate?
I think the most important part of my game is mostly strike one, getting ahead of the batters, keep them off balance with a curveball or slider, and then just relying on my defense if I need them. I don't expect to strike every guy out, obviously, and putting the ball in play and putting it on the ground is one of the main focuses for my game.
And then once you get that first strike, do you have a favorite pitch you like to go to?
Well, I think we've kind of decided and established fastball over the course of my career here. It's probably my most important pitch by far.
Fair enough. And then Brady, you have 7 multiple RBI games. How does your hitting strategy change when there's runners in scoring position?
Well, I think with our coaches who've preached our approach the whole season is just getting something you can execute your job with. So whether that's putting the ball on the ground up the middle or getting the ball in the air for a sac fly, just trying to do my job whenever I can.
Okay, and then back to Coach. With the regular season coming to an end, how has the team evolved since the beginning of the season?
It's kind of been an up and down year. We came out of the gates a little bit slow, but found some ways to win. Hit a real hot stretch, and that's when we kind of ran to a 10-0 start in the conference. And then we kind of got in a little bit of a funk where we had a handful of those splits against teams I guess we feel like we shouldn't have had splits with. And I'd say about last week or so we're starting to pick it up again. So I guess that's kind of how a normal season is. You kind of go through some peaks and valleys. Certainly prefer to struggle a couple weeks ago than the upcoming weeks. So we're hoping we just kind of keep the momentum going here into the postseason.
Okay. We'll be right back after this short message.
Barbers learn the traditional techniques of barbering. We utilize straight edge razors. We do a lot of clipper cuts, a lot of tapering, fading. I've been in this location for 12 years. I have clients that have been cutting their hair since they were 4 years old. Get to have conversations with these kids, and it keeps me on my toes.
Now it's time for this week's fan question. Eric and Brady, senior Alex Fensky wants to know, as seniors, in what way has your game changed most during your career at St. Thomas? Start with Eric.
I think for me, when I first came in here, I guess I pretty much only had one pitch, kind of. I really relied on my fastball throughout high school, and with a lot of work with our coaching staff and Coach Olean, I've been able to establish a couple more pitches into my arsenal and be able to use them in a lot of counts that I couldn't use them in previous years.
How about you, Brady?
I would say for me, just confidence at the plate. I think my first 2 years, I kind of felt a little overmatched at times. Last year, things started to click for me, and this year, hitting in the middle of the order, I kind of have a lot of RBI opportunities. So really just kind of the confidence in those big situations.
Yeah. And how about you, Coach? What have you seen with them develop over their years here?
Just the maturity side, I think, is one of the biggest things. It's when you get in the big moments, being comfortable in them, wanting to kind of thrive in those situations instead of being a little bit timid. And both these guys have done a great job in that. When big spots come up, we certainly want Brady at the plate, and obviously we want Eric on the mound when games matter. So I just think they've kind of taken ownership of that and kind of embraced that role as being senior leaders.
Well said. Well, thank you guys very much for coming in. If you have a question, tweet it to @TommyMedia. Thanks for joining us. With Coach Chris Olean, Eric Veglahn, and Brady Johnson, I'm Adam Kraft. We'll see you next time in The Locker Room.